A fantasy draft is the great equalizer in Madden 23 franchise. So today we're going to be taking one of the worst teams in my custom Madden rosters and seeing if we can save this franchise that just had the worst record in the NFL. But massive thank you again for 6,000 subscribers. I'm glad y'all have been loving these fantasy fixing the franchise videos so much. It might be a really low goal, but let's see if we can get to 6,500 subscribers. Be sure to subscribe if you're not already, and it'll make you an OG of the channel while you still can be one, because we are growing very quick. And of course, y'all have been dominating every like goal I set, so thank you all so much for that. Let's see if we can get to 900 likes on this video. Take the like 2 seconds, it really helps out. Just let me know down below what team I should do next. But I actually have an interesting plan for this fantasy draft. I don't know if it'll pan out. I'll try to do it, but if it doesn't pan out, I'll just try to draft as best I can. But there is one very important player to this team that I want to get, so we'll see if that happens. But with that, let's get into this fantasy draft and let's see what pick we get. Oh, I feel like this has happened twice already. Out of like the 4 or 5 fantasy draft videos I've done, I feel like we've had the last pick twice and the first pick once. What the hell? Well, that definitely makes things tougher, but I think we're gonna take a player that I don't think I've ever taken in one of these before, surprisingly, and that's gonna be Aaron Donald. Getting up there in age, thought about retirement this offseason, did regress a tiny bit last year, but is possibly the best defensive player of all time. I mean, there's like Deion Sanders, Lawrence Taylor, Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, all them, but Aaron Donald could very well be the best defensive player ever. So let's add him to a defensive line that very much needs help. The fun part about having the very last pick is getting back-to-back picks. We will absolutely take that. And let's go with another player I don't think I have ever had in this game, in a fantasy draft at least, and that's going to be Travis Kelce. We're going old with the first 2 picks, but it's 2 very good players. I mean, there's also an argument for Travis Kelce to be the best tight end of all time. He's up there for sure. So we're adding 2 GOATs to the team, or at least 2 potential GOATs to the team with the first 2 picks. Should I just go with the all-retirement home team? Is that a plan? Is that a play? I feel like the team's just gonna go to shit if I do that. Trent Williams is like really old to the point where he might retire this first year, so I think we're gonna stay away from that. But Zach Martin could be here for the whole rebuild. You know what? The plan didn't quite pan out. I'll tell you what that was afterwards, but CJ Stroud is not a bad compromise. I'll give him a dev trait, obviously, but after like 2 months on the Texans, he's going to be joining the other team that was fighting for the #1 overall pick and ended up getting it in the Chicago Bears. And of course, back-to-back picks, so now we'll just take Zach Martin. Odell is older and has been injured, but if healthy, he could still be one of the better receivers in the NFL. So let's add him to the Bears, one of the teams that has been the most desperate for receiver help in the last few years. Okay, low-key, this team is fucking old, but it's really good. I don't know what I did, but we were an 87 overall. I rearranged some things on the defense to move some players to like where they should be in a 4-3, and it made us an 86, but at heart, we're an 87, I guess. But yeah, I mean, this team is low-key kind of crazy. I actually tried to take some like either current or former Bears players too, like Cordero Patterson, Kyle Long as a backup, Eddie Jackson. I thought I took more, but apparently not. But either way, this team is very nice. We do have some holes. Linebacker, I guess, but we don't really even use a third linebacker, or we won't, I guess. Edge, maybe, but I did take Derek Hall, Drake Jackson, Lorenzo Carter, obviously, but I want to start one of the 2 younger ones. Third corner, I do think I'm going to give Darius Rush star dev, though. I'll try and balance it out. I'll give, like, other young players in our division star dev, too, just so it's not me, like, giving all of our rookies a good dev trait and it being unfair. I'll try and equal it out a little bit. We also took Quentin Johnston. I think that's a fun one. The offensive line is good right now, but it's probably gonna regress, so we'll have to worry about at least probably 2 of them, maybe 3. We'll see. We also have Zeke, which is fun. But the plan was gonna be to try to take as many Bears players as I could and to take Justin Fields. But when I saw that Justin Fields was gone earlier than I expected, I was just like, you know what? I'll kind of stick to the original plan of taking Bears players, but I'm not gonna like commit to it too much. I just thought it would be fun to try and make it resemble the Bears a little bit, which there are more Bears players than any other team, I'm pretty sure, or at least former Bears. players, but I'm definitely happy with how the draft went because this is a damn good team that should only get better. But with that, I'm very excited to get into this rebuild. We're hoping to be good year one because a lot of the players here are older, but if not, it's balanced out by some younger players too that can develop. So I'm just really happy with how this went. But with that, let's get to the mid-season point of year number 1 and let's see how we're doing. Okay, well, at the mid-season point of year 1, we are 6-1. I was kind of worried because we did lose week 1, but we have been on a 6-game win streak since then with a massive win in the last 2 games, 2 blowouts. I wasn't sure if this team would do super well because I wasn't sure how CJ Stroud would do in year 1. He is normally very good in this game, but I didn't know if that was just a complete playbook thing or what it was, but apparently he is good here. I mean, at least I'm guessing because we're 6-1. But for re-signings, this is going to be the interesting thing. Re-signings are always weird year 1. There could be great players here, there could be nobody here, and there are some pretty good, pretty important players for us here. Charvarius Ward, I always get him in rebuilds because he's always in the draft later than he should be. But we'll offer him this 3 years, 44.1 mil, and he takes it. Chidobe Awuzie, we'll re-sign him too. He was also available probably later than he should be, but 3 years, 41.4 mil, and he takes it. Ooh, CJ Stroud is here, and he's not interested. I mean, we'll offer him very player friendly. 6 years, 152 mil. That's not even too bad for what we're expecting him to be. Let's see if he takes it, and he does. I mean, if he can become a star, then that's a steal of a contract. Derek Hall, I definitely want him back. I have no idea why, like, the younger players are on short-term deals. I feel like the older ones should be, but I don't know. 3 years, 21.9 mil. That seems steep for a completely unproven player, but we'll do it, and he takes it. Kyle Juszczyk, I guess. I always get him in these. He resigns. And then it looks like just a lot of depth players throughout here. We'll worry about AJ Cole and Daniel Carlson later, and Patrick Ricard maybe. But with that, I'm excited to see how this team can finish. So let's get to the end of year 1, and hopefully we can finish strong. Oh my god, dude. I genuinely think this game hates me. I'll show you what I mean in a second. It's literally happened twice in a row now. Last video it happened to, I guess, just the opposite technically, but here's a look at the team at the end of year number 1. I guess it's early to plug, but spoiler alert, we made the playoffs, so I just tend to plug whenever we make the playoffs to build suspense a little bit. But again, 900 likes or whatever I set the goal as. Be sure to like if you haven't already. It really helps out. I'd very, very much appreciate it, and be sure to subscribe if you enjoy these. All I do are rebuilds, so if you like rebuilds, you've definitely come to the right place. I hear a helicopter outside. They must be looking for me for my several war crimes, so I'm sorry if you can hear that. It's literally shaking my room. But here's a look at the defense. We're looking very, very good here. I did give Derek Hall and Darius Rush star dev, like I said, but in year number 1, we finished, I'm in pain, we finished 16-1 with our 1 loss coming in the first game of the season. We were that close to 17-0. Now, in the last rebuild, the very last year, in the Saints rebuild, we were 16-0, and then we lost to the Bills in week 17. What team did we lose to here? Was it the Broncos? No, it was the 49ers. Ugh, of course it was. Oh my god, we destroyed the Lions. But if we just hadn't lost week 1, we would have been 17-0. We were 16-0, so, I mean, if the first game just didn't happen, if this was like the old schedule, I guess we still would have been 15-1, but we won 16 games, so I guess that counts for something. But CJ Stroud was an absolute monster as a rookie. Really didn't have that many attempts, at all. Actually, some of the lowest in the NFL. Yeah, he had the 5th lowest attempts and still put up 43 touchdowns. I wonder what he could have done if he had like Mahomes level of attempts. You know what? I'm gonna do the math real quick because I'm curious now. Okay, so if he had 650 attempts like Patrick Mahomes, I'm not saying this would have for sure happened, but at the rate he was throwing touchdowns at, he would have had 59.3, almost 60 passing touchdowns. Maybe we should switch to the Bucks playbook. Goddamn. So yeah, he was very, very good as a rookie. Cordell Patterson was good, over 1,000 yards, only 1 rushing touchdown. Zeke with 17. He'll probably be our starter next year because Patterson will probably regress. CJ Stroud was also decent in the run game, 4 yards per carry. Receiving, we didn't have much, only 900 yards for Hunter Renfrow. It's a really run-heavy system, apparently. Only 800 yards for Odell, 12 touchdowns. We might want a new playbook, but for now it's working. Not many sacks allowed, of course, because it is a really run-heavy the offense. Oh my god. Okay, well, I see something. Well, we have 108 tackles for Bobby Wagner. That led the team. The tackles for loss, goddamn. 22 for Hall, 21 for Aaron Donald, the funny number, 10 for Brandon Graham, and then sacks, 26.5 for Aaron Donald, breaking the record in real life. I'm sure something ridiculous happened here, like Myles Garrett probably had 30, but Brandon Graham also had 11.5, 10 for Javon Hargrave, even 6 for Derek Hall as a rookie. There's a slight chance we win Offensive and Defensive Rookie of the Year. I don't know if Hall was quite good enough, but that's a really good rookie year. And then interceptions, 4 for Leonard, Woods, and Jackson, 3 for Wagner, Awuzie, and Ward, and then 1 for Darius Rush. That defense was crazy. Our offense wasn't like amazing though. MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes, unsurprisingly. CJ Stroud at number 4. That's interesting. Patrick Mahomes, I guess, replaces Tom Brady, and then Aaron Rodgers replaces Patrick Mahomes. Trevor Lawrence on the Rams, Daniel Jones on the Bills, that's cursed. Joe Burrow on the Vikings, that's really cursed. Brock Purdy on the Bengals, Deshaun Watson on the Panthers, I think that was a rumor at one point. Kenny Pickett on the Cowboys, ew. That might be the worst one out of any of these, I don't know why. Oh, and Tyler, but what the fuck is this, dude? Alright, well anyways, Offensive Player of the Year goes to Bijan. Oh no. So CJ Stroud might not win Offensive Rookie of the Year. We'll see, though. I do think the Rookie of the Year gives more bias to quarterbacks, though. I hope. Jamison Crowder on the Falcons up there and Adam Thielen on the Bucks. What the hell? CJ Stroud at number 8. We'll take that. This is an extra cursed franchise. I don't know why. Defensive Player of the Year does go to Aaron Donald, of course. No other Bears. I'm a little surprised. I mean, we had some great performers on defense, but the moment of truth, Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Bijan Robinson. God damn it, dude. Stroud at number 2. No other Bears. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Will Anderson. Derek Hall at number 4. Darius Rush at number 9. Unfortunate. So no awards, of course, but obviously, you know, we did really, really well. We're not going to jump into the playoff games yet. Honestly, I might not do that at all in this rebuild. I don't know if people even, like, enjoy seeing that, and I don't know if it's just, like, weird luck or anything, but I'm pretty sure we are still 100% in the last, like, 4 rebuilds when we do not jump into the playoff games, and then 0% on when we jump into them. I don't know why. It just apparently doesn't like to be in the actual game. It just prefers you to simulate it. I don't know. Or, well, I guess either way you simulate it, but you know what I mean. Now that I said that, we're gonna lose this game to the Falcons. I can't wait. Good upgrade for Chidobe Awuzie. Goddamn. But we have a hot opponent scenario here. Shout out Bobby Schmerda. Let's go be confident. Of course, y'all know me. Plus 10, like everything for both teams. So if we win this game, this could be our year. And then first of many scenario, always gotta play it cool. You know me. I see the Falcons have Tyreek Hill, which is definitely not a bad replacement for Julio Jones. I mean, a late replacement, like a few years later, but still. But with that, let's just simulate this game and let's see if we can get a win. And we do win 21-14 over the Atlanta Falcons. Ooh, league-changing upgrade there for Davis Allen, our third tight end. Vikings are shaking in their boots over that one. Let's go, 3 exclamation points. But we get plus 10 like everything for the next game, and the 2500 XP is definitely really nice. I hate how it doesn't pull up the fucking upgrade players thing here, though. How do you make it do that so I don't have to manually upgrade every player? I think you have to go in and upgrade one, and then it'll do it? I don't know. I'll figure it out. What was that face for Daniel Carlson? Y'all remember the, like, TikToks, like, 3 years ago where there was that one dude who was like, show this video to your baby, I can guarantee I'll make them laugh, and he just did the most horrifying face ever? That's kind of what that face reminds me of. Just like disheveled and in pain. I don't know. Okay, and it does unlock the goddamn upgrade players thing. Ooh, Javon Hargrave, Drake Jackson, Darius Rush. Decent upgrades there for sure. But we have a recap for the first of many, and then we'll simulate this game out against the Vikings. Give us those sweet and juicy staff points. The Vikings drafted Dalvin Cook, even though they like just cut him in real life, but fair enough, Madden. But let's see if we can take down the Vikings and move on to the Super Bowl. We blow out our division rival 31-10. I'm surprised we didn't get a playoff rival scenario. Am I like tripping? Are these not division rivals? Yeah, they are. Why? I guess sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't, but we're gonna be taking on the Titans in the Super Bowl. Again, referencing the last rebuild I did, I'm pretty sure we saw them in a Super Bowl there, and before then I had never seen them. Something about their team must be good. Their defense is pretty good, but ours is better. Their offense is okay. It's the definition of mid. It's like 15. Their run game, of course, is very good though. Upgrades upgrades here for Shaquille Leonard and CJ Stroud. We'll take those. Let's see if we hit any dev ups, actually. And then we'll just simulate the Super Bowl out. I mean, we're still literally 100% on games we don't jump into. But no dev ups here on offense, unfortunately. I was hoping for maybe one for CJ Stroud. On defense, we definitely do have some, though. Shaquille Leonard, Xavier Woods, Eddie Jackson. For some reason, Darius Rush has hidden dev now. Did he get Superstar or something? Oh, he did. Ooh. Wait, why? He wasn't that good. But he did get Superstar dev. Why does it hide it? Now he has to play 5. I mean, it'll just unlock through the offseason, but still, that's weird. But finally, before we simulate the game out, we have a Super Bowl Media Day here. This is just the beginning. It's literally just the beginning. It's only year 1, 10 staff points. Absolutely filling me up with them staff points here. I definitely could have phrased that better, but never thought you would see this Super Bowl. But here we are, I guess. Let's simulate the game out and see if we can get a Super Bowl win in year 1. Maybe I should have just force-winned it. I mean, we lose to a, considerably worse team here in the Tennessee Titans. 24-14. That's unfortunate. But thankfully, we have 2 more years at the very least. Would it be weird to get an offensive playbook change this early? I mean, in points per game, we were literally 2nd in the NFL. So maybe that would be a bad idea, but I don't know. I feel like that almost held us back this year. It's because we didn't pass much. What was the best offense? It was the Vikings. I feel like the Vikings are never good when I use them, though. Or their offensive playbook, at least. The Bucks were also good. Bruh, sorting by points per game, we're 2nd, but then look at the total yards. The Vikings have 8,600. We have 7,200. The Bucks have 8,600. The Chiefs have 8,300. The Rams 84. We're just not putting up many yards, so I don't really know how good this playbook is. But I guess we'll see throughout the rebuild. But for re-signings, I mean, it's just a lot of depth players here mostly. I might re-sign them just so I don't have to worry about filling those holes later. Pause. But AJ Cole, we do want back. 4 years, 15.6 mil. He re-signs. Daniel Carlson, your face is funny, so we'll go very player-friendly. 5 years, 27 mil. It's a little expensive for a kicker, but he doesn't even take it. Okay, go fuck yourself then, buddy. Patrick Ricard, 2 years, 13.2 mil. It's just tradition to draft him and move him to defensive tackle for me. I don't know why. And then I'll re-sign some of these players. But with that, let's see what we can do in free agency. Okay, well, there isn't much for us in free agency, unfortunately. I mean, there are good players like Kenny Clark, Mike Nwenu, Jordan Mailata, but they're not interested. They have a ton of offers. 25 offers is crazy. Literally only, 7 teams in the NFL aren't interested? What? So yeah, I don't think we're getting him. We're really not going for anybody major. We're just going for, really good depth, which isn't the most exciting. But I mean, we're getting a good 4th receiver, a good 2nd tight end who can develop in Chigo Okonkwo. Tyler Biadasz could be our starting center once Rodney Hudson retires, unless we draft somebody. But it makes us kind of not have to, because he is a solid player, assuming we get him, because the Falcons are also very interested in Walker Little just to be a backup tackle. Not very exciting, but I didn't expect too many good players to be here. So let's see if any of these 4 do sign. So it looks like we get Sky Moore and Walker Little. We don't get Tyler Biadasz, and Chigo Okonkwo hasn't signed yet, but he does sign now. So we get 3 of the 4. We don't get the major one I was wanting, but still a decent little free agent class. We'll take it. This team didn't even really need much anyways, to be fair. Alright, well, here in the draft, we obviously don't pick very high, all the way back at number 31. 3 good teams have the top 3 picks here, at least in real life, the Cowboys, Ravens, and Eagles. But let's just simulate straight to our pick, I guess. There is one guy I was thinking about, but we would have to trade up for him. Nope, not the roster. I'm a dumbass. What am I trying to do? The draft board. I need to sleep. That might be a good idea. I was thinking about maybe Steven Sands. He looks okay. I wish his finesse moves was better for a speed rusher, and his block shed, and his speed, to be fair. So yeah, probably not worth it. We're fine just simulating straight to our picks, so let's get there. I do maybe want to stick with that position, though. Maybe. I don't know. There are some good-looking players later on in the draft, though, and there's more of a 3-4 defensive end. We don't really need interiors, so we're good. I guess we'll maybe just go with a linebacker. This Zach Hall guy looks pretty decent. He's fast, he's strong, good vertical jump. I wish his play rec check and man coverage were a little better, but potentially good awareness and zone coverage? I don't know. I'm having a hard time figuring out what to draft. We really just don't have that many needs. Maybe a receiver, but probably not. I'm thinking about John Sasser in the 3rd round. Looks like a really good player. But yeah, let's take Zach Hall here. Looks like a good player. He's 6'1", 237, 22 years old, out of Clemson. Obviously, y'all saw him. Let's take him. He does have hidden dev, 87 speed, 77 strength, 91 excel. He's just the eventual future replacement for Bobby Wagner. Won't get on the field much yet, even though he will be listed as a starter. He's just more of a for the future pick. Dude, there's some really decent looking defensive linemen later on. That's the shitty part about like being in the Super Bowl and losing it, is you lose a Super Bowl and you have a bad draft pick. Like, because I want the center, but I also want some of those D linemen, and I also want maybe a receiver, but most of them are gonna be gone. But here I do think we're gonna take John Sasser, like 1940s ass name. I say that all the time, but it genuinely is. Lots of A's in his ratings. Awareness, impact block, run block, lead block. Not much of a power lineman, but that doesn't matter. I mean, maybe it does because we're a run first team, but he is more of a run blocker anyways. Good strength, decent enough speed. First for almost everything at the combine other than speed and strength. Let's take him. John Sasser, 6'3", 309, 23 years old. Lots of threes out of Ole Miss. And he also has hidden dev, good strength, good jumping, good excel. This whole offseason is about like just prepping for the future. All of our free agency moves, both of our first 2 draft picks. This could be like, God, I don't even want to say anything to jinx it, but this team could be pretty nice in the future. Should I take a gamble on Daryl Gamble? He actually looks decent. B finesse moves, but that's probably like not that good. B pursuit. If he was a defensive end with B finesse moves, then maybe, because he also is a very, very good athlete. Not that strong, but still, I might think about that. All right, well, I don't think there's anything else too exciting, so I guess I'll take George Livingston, and then I'll make some other picks, but I won't show many of them. George Livingston, let's take him. Oh, he actually is hidden. He might actually be good. I was thinking you'd just be like more likely just meh, because there were definitely some flaws, but there were some good things, but that might have just been a really good pick. We'll see. But I'll just make some other picks, and I'll let y'all know how it goes. Overall, I mean, considering the picks we had, we did pretty well. Now we have 2 Halls on the defense with Zach Hall here. At a 74 overall, not gonna play much year 1, but year 2, maybe, probably year 3, or well, I guess we're probably only doing 1 more year after this one, but we'll probably get more playing time in year 3. Definitely looks like a good player. He was a 73 middle linebacker, went up to 74 at outside. I could play him at either spot. It just looked better at outside linebacker. And John Sasser is a 73 overall. Just out of curiosity, just to make this look even better, what's his overall at guard? 74, so he does go up there. We're not obviously going to do that, but still a good pick. And then George Livingston, 69 overall. Nice. That's about what I expected. But he does have the hidden dev and is only 21 years old, so it's going to be hard for him to get playing time, but maybe? And then, of course, I did take every pick here. Jose Glenn, I don't think had hidden dev, but decent player at a 68 overall. Frank Stockton did have hidden dev, so good depth linebacker. And then Tyron Vernon is kind of ass. So definitely not a bad draft considering we had the 31st pick in each round. We'll definitely take it. Dude, I swear to God, though, I need to make like a video where I just get every single thing wrong with this game and mention it in one video. I feel like if you're doing a fantasy draft, it should just reset every team's pick, because we didn't have a 6th round pick here. Obviously, they traded it away in real life. I feel like it should just reset the picks, though, because you're resetting all the trades, like you're undoing them. You're undoing every player, pretty much. You're just setting them all free to be drafted. I don't know, just one of the million things that are wrong with this game. I would do a video of everything wrong with this game, but it might take 5 hours. It might be a 5-hour long video. I don't know. All right, well, here's a look at the team heading into year number 2 of the rebuild. Now, honestly, I do expect an EA moment. I do expect to be worse this year. I mean, I guess it'll be hard to achieve 16-1 either way, but pretty much everything is the same here on offense. We're gonna do, I guess, the opposite of what happened to Ezekiel Elliott in Dallas. He's gonna end up starting this year over over a player who is regressing. I mean, Cordero Patterson was fine last year, but they had like the same yards per carry. Zeke had a lot more touchdowns, which means he got the ball at the goal line a lot probably, which means his yards per carry were probably lowered because he was probably getting like 2-yard runs for touchdowns. I don't know. Hopefully he can be good. We'll see. Odell did regress, so hopefully we can sign like a better receiver at some point. We'll see. And then on defense, pretty much everything is still the same. I mean, we added Zach Hall and we had a lot of dev-ups, and that's pretty much it. So with that, I can't wait to be considerably worse in year number 2. Let's get to the midseason point and let's see how this team can do. All right, well, at the midseason point of year number 2, we are 4-2, which is worse, of course, but I was thinking we were gonna have like a losing record, like 3-4, 2-5 or something, but at least we do have a winning record. Only 2 losses. We'll take that. But who do we have to re-sign here? Ooh, that's not super fun. That's a lot of starters. 1, 2, 3. I guess you want to count Daniel Carlson. I mean, he is a starter. 4, 5, 6, 7. It looks like 7 starters. That's not super fun. We'll start with Travis Kelce. 3 years, 44.4 mil. He resigns. We'll wait for Brandon Graham to regress. We can get him for cheaper. Hunter Renfrow will bring back. 3 years, 32.7 mil. He takes it. Cool. Wagner, same deal. We'll wait for him to regress. Caleb McGarry will re-sign him 3 years. Well, how's he been actually? He's been good. It's not a very pass-heavy system, but 7 sacks allowed so far in a year and a half isn't bad for Madden. He resigns. He's been good in rebuilds for me before. Daniel Carlson, I mean, I just tagged him last year. We'll see if he resigns on this. Okay, we'll probably just tag him again. Ben Powers, we might resign. We'll see. And then these 3 will wait till the end of the year to resign, unless they retire. I don't know. But with that, we're doing well so far, but let's simulate to the end of the year and hopefully we can do well once again. All right, well, here we are once again at the end of year number 2. No, we're not at the end of year number 2 once again, but you know what I mean. I'm plugging again, okay? Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. 900 likes, 6,500 subs. We should be easily able to hit both as long as you do it. It helps out a ton. I genuinely will not do another one of these if we don't hit 900 likes. How about that? So let me know y'all are still enjoying these. But this is how the team is looking at the end of year number 2. We have CJ Stroud up to an 85 with morale. We'll definitely take that. And then here is the defense. I don't think any dev traits got revealed. No, Livingston, Hall, and Stockton, I think, were the 3 players with dev traits. None of them have been revealed. Did we have any others? Oh yeah, we had the center, but obviously he wouldn't have gotten it revealed. But either way, at the end of year number 2, we finished 12-5. Now we did lose in week 18, unfortunately, but definitely a really good season. Not as good as last year, even though we had a better team, but I expected that. CJ Stroud wasn't nearly as good this year. Did reach 4,000 yards, but only 33 touchdowns, which for real life, that's obviously good. But for Madden, it's 10 interceptions, not a great completion percentage. Zeke was better than Patterson last year. 1,200 yards for him, 4.4 per carry, 14 touchdowns. No 1,000-yard receivers. Quentin Johnston was our number 1 with 855 and 7 touchdowns. Hunter Renfrow with 11 touchdowns, though. Yeah, I think we might want a new offensive playbook. Also, as soon as we re-signed Caleb McGarry, he played terribly. Who would have guessed? And on defense, Shaquille Leonard led the team with 133 tackles. Tackles for loss, we had a lot, led by Aaron Donald and Brandon Graham. And then sacks, 19.5 from Aaron Donald, 8.5 from Javon Hargrave. Only 5 from Brandon Graham, though, 4.5 from Derek Hall. It seems like the whole team just played worse this year. Charvarius Ward had 5 touchdowns, 2 for interceptions. What? 2 for Wagner and Wilson. What the fuck? Marco Wilson had 2 in 200 snaps? Okay. Wish he played a full season on that rate, or at that pace. English, he would have had like 11. I'm like having a stroke or something. A few players had 1. Cool. MVP goes to Aaron Rodgers on the Kansas City Chiefs. Jacoby Brissett at number 2. That's an interesting list up there. Russ on the Steelers. I feel like they always get him. They're just bricked up for Russell Wilson. What team are we? We're the Bears. No Bears up here, unless I missed one, which is possible. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Bijan. Once again, no Bears. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Will Anderson, another Panther, yet they were only 7-10. What happened? Aaron Donald at 2. No other Bears. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Corey Cohen of the Eagles. No Bears. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Andrew Adams of the Eagles. Zach Hall at number 8. I didn't even know he got on the field. But I mean, not jumping into these games has definitely been working, so we'll just stick to it. And we're going to be taking on the 7-10 Arizona Cardinals. How are they here? But with that, let's just simulate this game against the Cardinals and let's see if we can get a win. Okay, we absolutely destroy them 38-10, and we're going to be taking on our division rivals in the Minnesota Vikings again in the playoffs. 2 upgrades for cornerbacks here. We'll definitely take that. Darius Rush too. And actually, should I do it now or should I wait? We had a bottom half offense in the NFL with probably the highest overall offense and team. Let me check. Oh yeah, it doesn't even look like it's close. Are the Chiefs the second? I saw the Vikings have an 87, but I feel like it does weird stuff when you're actually like taking teams on. Yeah, they have an 87 offense, 85 overall team. The Texans also have an 87. I was looking in the wrong spot. I was looking at the defense. I'm stupid. The Cowboys have an 87. The Chiefs have an 87. The Chargers have an 87. But guess what? We have an 89. We're 2 overall higher than any team on offense and 3 overall better than any team as a whole team, as a team overall. But either way, let's just simulate this game out against the Vikings and let's see if we can get a win somehow. And we do, 24-17, so we'll definitely take that. We're going to be taking on the 10-7, only 83 overall Giants. And it's going to be a playoff blizzard, which I don't know if that works to our advantage. I guess upsets can happen easier in playoff or in blizzards, so I don't know, man. We'll see. Weather makes weird things happen. But with that, let's just simulate this game against the Giants and hopefully we can move on to the Super Bowl. And we beat them 38-10. I think that was the exact score we beat the Cardinals by. But we get 2,500 XP for all players for winning in the blizzard. Not only winning, but we absolutely dominated them. Like your mother dominates me. What? We have tons of upgrades here though. But in the Super Bowl, we're going to be taking on the 14-3 Kansas City Chiefs. Now we do have a 3 overall higher team. I would say we're still 100% on games that we have just simulated, but we did lose the Super Bowl last year. I guess maybe we just have a Super Bowl curse in general. I think we've lost like 6 in a row. No, I think we won 1 in the last rebuild, but that was the first one in a long time. We have a Super Bowl media day though. This is, I guess, still just the beginning. I mean, it's dead in the middle, but still. And then we have a hot opponent scenario for the Kansas City Chiefs. Always got to be confident. But without further ado, back-to-back Super Bowls. Hopefully not back-to-back Super Bowl losses. We're just going to simulate it out and let's see if we can take down Kansas City and pull off technically an upset, even though we do have the better team. And we do win the Super Bowl 38-21. It looks like Malik Willis got in there and threw a touchdown. CJ Stroud was very good. Aaron Rodgers was pretty bad, 3 interceptions. Zeke was solid, I guess. Tyler Boyd destroyed us, kinda, but apparently it didn't matter. Caleb McGarry was dog shit. Nick Bosa absolutely destroyed us. How did we win this game? Oh, I guess we did get a lot of sacks. Well, I guess we got 4, they got 3. I guess just the interceptions pretty much did it for us. Bobby Wagner and both of our safeties. So we will absolutely take it. What do we get for hot opponent if it's after the year, though? What does this do? Plus 10 break, tackle, play rec, and tackle in the next game. I hate to break it to you, but there isn't another game this year. I mean, unless it's counting the first preseason or regular season game next year. I don't know, but we get 2,500 XP for everybody. Probably gonna have a crazy amount of upgrades here. Yeah, a lot more upgrades. I mean, not as crazy as I expected, but still a lot. But with that, let's get into the offseason heading into the 3rd and final year of the rebuild. And let's see if we can win back-to-back Super Bowls. Oh, and would it be weird to change the offensive playbook even though we just won the Super Bowl? I mean, I think we won the Super Bowl in spite of our offense, not because of them. The Raiders are good when I'm using the Raiders, but when I try their playbook, it's normally pretty bad for me. Let's just go, should we just go with the classic, the Buccaneers? We could try like the Bucks though. We have a good receiving back in Cordero Patterson. Never mind, he retired. Okay, we do not have Cordero Patterson, but I think we'll try the Bucks. I want to be much more pass heavy. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But also it was kind of broke. We were a bad offense. So I don't know. It looks like Rodney Hudson did retire too, so I'm glad we have Sasser, even though he does only have star dev, but that's what I expected anyways. And what were the other dev traits? So Hall, only star, Stockton, only star, but that's fine. That's what I expected. We have a crazy amount of morale right now too. Shaquille Leonard went up to superstar dev. We'll definitely take that. Charvarius Ward went up to star. Any other dev ups that I missed? I think that's it. I'm kind of surprised either Zeke or CJ Stroud didn't get superstar yet, but it is what it is. But for re-signings, Brandon Graham was really good year 1, but this last year he wasn't like amazing. I mean, he did have a lot of tackles for loss, but we could test our options in free agency. Bobby Wagner, I mean, he's good. He is still playing pretty well. But I feel like we can just get a better player, and worst case scenario, he'll still be interested. We'll just re-sign him. Ben Powers was good last year, but I feel like he's gonna suck if we re-sign him. Caden Stearns is really cheap, is a really good third safety. We'll re-sign him. This is gonna allow us to go into free agency with a good amount of money. I guess we'll just tag Daniel Carlson again. So 58 mil heading into free agency. Let's see if we can upgrade this team in a big way. And I highly doubt it because it is Madden generated contracts, but are there any players we can cut that would make sense? Probably not. The only one I could think of would maybe be Patrick Ricard because he isn't playing much, but only if we really need that money. We'll see. Ooh, yeah, there are some good players here. You know what? I'm actually a little underwhelmed. There are some good players, but they aren't like crazy needs for us. Like, we already have Aaron Donald. We could add Chris Jones, but they would be splitting reps anyways, for the most part, except on like third down, I guess. Or, well, no, other way around. On third down, they would be splitting reps, probably. We could go for Tristan Wirfs. That might not be a bad idea. He is interested. Do we really need him, though? I mean, we do have the lead. We could put him back at right tackle, his normal position in the NFL, and then move Caleb McGarry either to guard or trade him. That would be kind of weird. We'll see what we do there. I did want a receiver, but there just isn't an upgrade here, really. I mean, we can go for Elijah Moore, but he'll just be like our fourth guy anyways. Meh. I could go for like a Tevin Jenkins, but he's awful in this game. Cesar Ruiz was really good in the Saints rebuild I just did. Maybe we could go for him. Let's see if we can do like very player friendly. Just bump it a lot because he's definitely worth it. I feel like the lower overall player, the better they do in this game. I don't know why. It's fucking stupid, but that's just what it seems like. Okay, these are the three players we're gonna go for. It's gonna be Chris Jones. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do the fun thing. We could honestly transition to a 3-4 now because we don't have Brandon Graham anymore, which I think he was a 3-4 outside linebacker at one point anyways, which I guess that would make sense. But we have Derek Hall, who's more of a 3-4, but I don't want to mess with the defense. It's been really good. So what's the point of adding Chris Jones? We already have Javon Hargrave. The more I'm thinking about this, the more I'm talking myself out of it. Maybe we can get trade value for Javon Hargrave. Maybe trade him for like an actual pass rusher. That could be the move. We might do that. So Chris Jones, assuming we even get Chris Jones. I mean, there are a lot of teams interested. 4 other teams. Very interested. We are at the top of the list, but I don't think that matters anyways when they all have the same amount. Tristan Wirfs, we do have the lead for him. So hopefully we can get him. We'll move him over to right guard. And then Cesar Ruiz, we also have the lead for him. So let's see if any of these 3 players sign right off the bat. They all sign and we get all 3 of them. That's pretty massive. And I guess with that, let's start working on a couple trades. God, I don't know if there's any way we can do this. I feel like this would be closer to being accepted in real life than it would be here. But I don't know. I don't know if I needed to have the first round pick in there, but we're getting Will Anderson. Defensive play. You know what? That makes it a more realistic trade. Not that this is a realistic rebuild anyways, but we're getting Will Anderson. I don't know if I needed the first in there or Hargrave in there. No, well, I definitely needed something in there. It wouldn't have been just McGarry straight up, so it was probably close either way. But we had Will Anderson, who comes with a lot of upgrades. Why were these not spent? What the hell? Okay, we'll take it. But yeah, like defensive player of the year this last year, defensive rookie of the year the first year. That's a pretty big upgrade for this team. As we get the top 2 players in free agency and add Will Anderson to a team that just won the Super Bowl. That's insane. This would be a schizophrenic ass trade. I mean, I could try something like this, but at a certain point, is it worth it? I mean, it might be. If you think about it, this is really just upgrading Odell to a younger and better receiver in Devontae Smith, getting rid of Sky Moore, but he barely gets on the field anyways. He's our 4th receiver. That's replaceable. We can probably find a player as good as him just in unsigned free agency at the beginning of the year. It would be sacrificing Chidobe Awuzie, but we would get other picks in return and we can look for another corner. Is this worth it or is this just insane? It might just be insane, but that's fun. It's fun to be insane. Is it really worth it though? We're basically trading Chidobe Awuzie to upgrade at receiver and for a 3rd and a 4th round pick. Is that worth it? Is it worth it? I don't know. I'm gonna say yes. If Awuzie was our number 1 corner, I would say no, but he's only our number 2 anyway. anyways. Fuck it, let's do it. Okay, it doesn't get accepted anyways, but we'll just lower this pick to probably a 5th, maybe a 6th. Oh, that doesn't even go through. Maybe this isn't worth it. Oh no, I don't know if I want to do that now. We can't even get a 3rd. Is there like another player we can get? How about Barry Tatum? Are they like attached to him? Oh, what? He's that important to them? He's normal dev. Just Chris Barnes? Okay, that gets accepted. So really weird trade here, but we're upgrading at receiver with a receiver that can develop throughout the year. And I guess we're getting a Band-Aid starter at linebacker for the final year. I guess that works. So Darius Rush with superstar dev will just slide in to be our number 2 corner. I'm doing some crazy shit in this rebuild. I've done some weird stuff. Oh, and Chris Barnes will just be the 3rd linebacker anyways, because really Zach Hall will get pretty much all of the number 2 snaps. So now we just really need a 3rd corner and we're good. So we'll get to the draft and we'll see if we can find that. This is a chaotic ass rebuild. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Okay, well, we of course do not pick until almost the 3rd round. At least we won the Super Bowl. This rebuild's already a success. I can't promise how good this last year is gonna be, but we'll see. Ah, the corner I wanted is gone. Fuck whoever took him. I'm gonna check who took him, and that will forever be my least favorite team in the NFL. This guy actually looks pretty good. Jose Bullock. I was thinking about Tony Madrano. I don't know how you say that. Oh, he's so slow. Oh, he would not work at corner. He is way too slow. But he might have to work because nobody here really looks all that good. Well, Antoine Stockton could be decent. Has decent enough speed, potentially good awareness. It's probably just a C. I would guess C man coverage too, but I mean, that's really as good as you can hope for past the 1st round with corners. Where's the safety projected to go? Day 3? You know what? We'll go with Antoine Stockton with the 1st pick because he's the 1st one projected to go. This is such a boring draft. I don't know how many I want to show. Ooh, he does have hidden dev. Okay, he's 5'9", which is unfortunate, but 195, left-handed just like me for real. 22 years old out of Toledo. That might have been a good pick. We'll see. He's probably like a 68 overall, but I don't know. We'll see. God, do I just... Hold on. How fast is this guy? I mean, his zone coverage isn't... he's faster. His zone coverage isn't confirmed to be a B, but I don't know. Oh, what the fuck? This guy's confusing. He has like the athleticism of a box safety, but his ratings, he's like not a good tackler. He's a good man safety. What are you? You're confusing. All right, well, let's go with another corner, Jose Bullock. He looks okay. He has good tackling. Is somewhat fast, I guess. Decently fast. Let's take him. Normal dev, but could be okay. We're probably getting like 62 overalls, but that's the fun part about Brandon the Simp rebuild. You never know what to expect. Do we just go Madrano, or however the hell you say his name? I guess so. He's gonna be so terrible. He has an F play record. He's gonna be so bad. 84 speed at safety, soon to be corner, is absolutely crazy. All right, well, this was definitely a draft. I will say that. Antoine Stockton is much worse than I thought he would be. He's a 64 overall. Whoa. He's like the least agile corner of all time. How are you like, you're 5'9". If you were like 6'3", that's understandable. What, are you made of jello? What? He's fast and has good excel, but do his legs not like work vertically? He's 80 jumping too. Jose Bullock is like considerably better. It doesn't look like it to me, to be fair, but he, for some reason, is. What am I missing? Why is this guy so much better? I don't know. He's a 71 overall. That's cool, I guess. I don't even know if he's gonna start. Tony Madrano was like a 64 overall at corner. We're not doing that. Martavis King is something. This was a draft. That was a draft class, I think. All right, well, here is a look at the team heading into the 3rd and final year of the rebuild. I almost said 4th. We are looking very, very good. I'm trying to remember what we did this offseason and last offseason. Well, obviously, we traded for Devontae Smith. I think we just added Tristan Wirfs and Cesar Ruiz. And Sasser is a new starter, so 3 differences on the offensive line. But of course, no more Odell here. We upgraded there. And then on defense, no more Bobby Wagner. We added Chris Barnes, but Zach Hall's gonna play anyways. I guess I'll start Bullock as the number 3 corner, because he is younger, could develop throughout the year. We added Will Anderson, no more Brandon Graham. We added Chris Jones. I don't know how much he's even gonna play. I could do something like that, but I'll put him as the number 2 if it wants to play him as a defensive end, but I mean, the Chiefs kind of tried that in real life and it didn't go very well. But I still need to rearrange the specialists, although they don't look too bad. Actually, yeah, they're pretty much good to go. So this is an amazing team, up to an 87 overall. So with that, let's get to the end of year number 3 and let's see how this team can do. All right, so once again, here we are at the end of year number 3. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. 900 likes, 6,500 subs, and I will be very happy. I think that's what I set the goals as. I don't know anymore. Just be sure to do both for more banger rebuilds like this. But the team is looking very, very good. We have CJ Stroud up to a 91 with morale. Somehow still no superstar dev. Devontae Smith up to a 93. Zeke back up to a 91. And then the defense here, this defensive line is disgusting. The team in general is very good at an 88 overall. I feel like our defense is better than an 84. I guess it's probably just not counting Chris Jones towards the overall, and it's counting Chris Barnes towards the overall, even though he isn't playing. But in year number 3, the third and final year, we finished 14-3, once again making the playoffs. This might be the best performing team I've ever had, and apparently go with the Bears defense if you want a good 4-3 defense, because it's been ridiculous. I mean, it could just be good because of Aaron Donald, but a lot of the time, even if you have an Aaron Donald type player, your defense still can suck, so I don't know. But let's check out some of the season stats. Oh my god. CJ Stroud with 5,800 yards, 53 touchdowns, 15 picks is a little high, but everything else considered, you definitely take that. Really high completion percentage too. Zeke was really good this year too, 1,400 yards, 5.2 per carry, 21 touchdowns. How many touchdowns did we have? Oh my god. But we had 4 1,000-yard receivers, and all of them had double-digit touchdowns. This was like the craziest offense I've ever seen. I don't know how we lost games, and our offensive line was insane. There was nobody here who did bad at all. And then on defense, Zach Hall led the team with 117 tackles. Tackles for loss, 20 for Will Anderson led the team. Sacks, 16 from Aaron Donald, 11 from Chris Jones, 10 from Derek Hall, 9.5 for Will Anderson. I honestly thought the numbers would be higher, but almost 4 players with double-digit sacks will definitely take that. And then interceptions, not many. So our defense wasn't like as amazing as it should have been. We had 3 for Shaquille Leonard, 2 for Ward, and then 1 for a few players. Our offense definitely carried this year. But MVP does, of course, go to CJ Stroud. It would be hard for him to not win it after that kind of season. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Bijan once again. For some reason in my mind, when I think of Bijan Robinson, I think of him as a Panther now, because the Panthers just get him in every single franchise we do, every single fantasy draft. I don't know why. So now it's affected my mind. But we have Zeke at number 3, Devontae Smith at 4, CJ Stroud at 7, and then Defensive Player of the Year goes to Von Miller, Aaron Donald at number 2. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Jeremy Ritchie of the Eagles. I don't know if we would have anyone. No. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Luke Hitchens of the Eagles. Jose Bullock at number 8. So CJ Stroud finally gets his MVP, but with that, oh my god, almost 36 points per game. Holy shit. Our offense was absurd. But with that, let's see who we're going to be taking on in the divisional. Oh, I can't wait to lose this. It's going to be my favorite team, the 9-8 Seattle Seahawks. That's fun. Of course, we're not going to jump in. Seems like a curse, so we're just going to simulate this game out and let's see if we can get a win against Seattle in the divisional with Josh Jacobs. Ooh, barely. We win 28-27. They did have a pretty good team. They were like an 85 overall, but we're still way better. Derek Hall with an upgrade here, ironically, gets it against the Seahawks, up to an 80 overall now. But we're going to be taking on the boogeyman in this game, the scary team that I always seem to lose to in the playoffs, the Carolina Panthers. They're just busted in this game. I don't know why. Who do they have here? Of course, Bijan. They have Mark Andrews, Wyatt Teller, L'Jarius Sneed. This isn't a crazy team. Oh, they signed Brandon Graham. Maybe he'll want to get revenge or something. Oh, that's right. They have Deshaun Watson. Okay. The receiving core is solid. Who's this? Dexter Minor. Only star dev, but 79 overall at only 21 years old. This team is not like the best. best, so I'm super excited to lose to them. It'll be super fun. But with that, let's simulate this game out and let's see if we can get a win. And we do 45-38. These have been some close games, but we've been winning them. Our defense is kind of selling now. I don't know why. I'm losing faith in the Bears defensive playbook, but it's still been probably the best one I've ever used. So we might try it out if we have a 4-3, but we're going to be in our third Super Bowl in a row, and we're going to be facing the 10-7 Baltimore Ravens at only an 81 overall. I mean, we lost to the Titans. They were like an 82, so no promises that we win this, but we have a couple upgrades for CJ Stroud for, of course, winning MVP. I don't see an X factor next to his overall, so unfortunately it doesn't look like he got it, but he did get Superstar. I'm surprised he didn't go all the way up to X Factor, but we'll take the Superstar for sure. Wirfs must have won Best Alignment or something. I don't know. But we have a Super Bowl Media Day scenario. It looks like the Ravens have Terry McLaurin, which is interesting. You already have one ring, so you're no stranger to the magnitude and atmosphere surrounding the Super Bowl. How much does that help? I guess it would help, right? I mean, I don't know. But Mikey McDingle's the GOAT, so he's been used to many Super Bowls, mostly losing them because this game sucks. But with that, well, I guess I can check the Ravens team. I can't remember who their quarterback is. I think Lamar is on the Jaguars. Yeah. They also have DJ Moore, Chris Lindstrom. This is a pretty good team. Tyrann Mathieu, DJ Reader, Jordan Mailata. That's actually a really nice team. But the Ravens, they have Danielle Hunter, Ryan Ramczyk, Mike Gesicki, Eric Armstead. Their quarterback is Sean Klein, a rookie with Superstar Dev. Maybe he won like Rookie of the Year or something. No, just had Superstar Dev, which is pretty cool. I swore I saw Zach Wilson up there for like MVP at one point. Oh, he definitely would not have been. He's been bad. He did win MVP in one of my recent rebuilds, which is beyond cursed. I can't remember what team it was for, like the Falcons or something. I don't know. But either way, last game of the rebuild. Let's see if we can cap it off with another Super Bowl win. My guess is probably not, because they have the worst record, worst overall team. It's kind of a death sentence in Madden, but you never know. But we do get our second Super Bowl win of the rebuild, 31-21 over the Baltimore Ravens. Who was Super Bowl MVP? CJ Stroud, of course. So he wins NFL MVP and Super Bowl MVP in the same year. He's a monster. Oh, this team is looking very yellow now. That's a lot of Superstar Dev. But of course, that's going to be the end for today's rebuild. I really hope y'all enjoyed. This was a really fun one. I feel like I'm getting better at rebuilding, especially in these fantasy draft ones as time goes on. I wasn't really used to fantasy drafts when I started this, at least in this specific Madden game, in Madden 23, but I think I'm understanding more and more how to build a good team. But again, 900 likes to help me know y'all are still enjoying these, 6,500 subs. We're slowly approaching 10K, and by slowly, I mean we've like doubled the channel size in the last month, which is absurd. Not even month, like 3 weeks, if that. So thank you all again so much for that. Y'all will have to let me know what to do for 10K, because I'm gonna need some ideas. But just a heads up, I do have a very special video planned. Maybe expect it as the next video. We'll see. No, it'll probably be in a couple. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. And with that, I'll see y'all again in the next video. Goodbye.